everyone, it is Elizabeth from Fern Creek Stickers and I am back with the YouTube video. It has been forever, so I will get you all caught up as I record this. So I am planning in my A5 daily duo. This is actually the first week I'm planning in this planner. It starts on January 1st, which is a little bit weird, and I mean honestly, like this weekend I wasn't doing much of anything, so I just did not plan anything because I think it's weird to plan across two planners for the week. So I am starting, today is Monday, January 3rd, so I am starting with this first full week in this planner. I have a bunch of custom scripts that I have pulled for myself, and then I'm going to be using kit 99, which is the Hello New Year kit. I've got a bunch of different sheets here. Again, it just seemed weird using the New Year's kit when New Year's wasn't actually in this planner, using it last week, so I'm using the New Year's kit this week because I think it's really pretty and I wanted the chance to use it. And this week really to me feels like the start of the new year. It kind of feels like the fresh start. And I'll see where I pull it in, but I also have the washi tape that matches this kit. So there's my little pre-planning sheet sneaking in there. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to start by, like I usually do, I kind of go through and lay down the base for the week. So that is what I'm going to do first. So I am excited. I should be back pretty regularly with YouTube videos. I'm planning to upload on Tuesday and Thursday for the foreseeable future, probably with occasional bonus videos on Saturdays. So I'm really excited to be back. I really enjoyed making YouTube videos, but the past few months were perhaps the busiest I have had in my whole life. So I can update you a little bit on what was going on. So first of all, my full-time job was incredibly busy. I think this is the busiest semester I've had. This is my 6th year at my job, and this was definitely the busiest semester that I had ever had. So we had a few things going on that made it especially busy. We were hiring 3 new tenure track positions, and one of the searches I was not directly involved with. I have to meet with all the candidates because I run our grad program, so I have to meet with all of them to talk about the grad program, but I didn't have as much involvement with one of the searches. But then one of the other searches, I was on the search committee, and one of the other searches I was chairing, and I have never chaired a search committee before, so that was something new. So it was a busy semester with all those searches, and for faculty positions, the search process is pretty involved because for a tenure track position, like if you give someone tenure, they could be your colleague for 30 plus years. So you want to think about hiring them really carefully. And also too, we want to bring in people who are going to be successful for actually getting tenure. So there's a lot of consideration that goes into tenure track hires. So, and there's also too, a lot of universities are really concerned with making sure the search process is equitable, and so there's a lot of paperwork we have to fill out and a lot of things we have to report along the way. So it's definitely, I think, a lot more involved than hiring in other industries. So those searches took a lot of time, and it's really rewarding work though. That said, I really, I've told my chair, put me on search committees because I feel like, shaping the future of our department is really important work. So I'm really happy to be involved with it, but it is very time consuming, and I'm really happy with the people we hired, although we had some really hard choices to make. I'd say most of the search committees I've been on, it's been pretty obvious how we were going to rank people, but we had some really hard choices because we had a lot of really good candidates. So that too, it's a good problem to have lots of good options, but obviously you have to make hard choices because you can only hire one person at the end of the day. So anyway, so that was going on, and then also I ended up teaching more than, I was teaching 2 really time-consuming classes, and I was only supposed to teach one of them, but we had one of my colleagues got promoted to an administrative position, and so she wasn't teaching. And let's see, I'm putting these in the wrong order, but that's okay. I need more home spots than work spots for my to-dos. So anyway, one of my colleagues got promoted to an administrative position, and so she was, she's not teaching anymore, and so we needed somebody to take her classes, and I was able to take one, but I was already teaching. I teach a large lecture undergrad class that's pretty time consuming, and in the past it's counted as more than one class for my teaching load, but it didn't get big enough this year to count. So I was teaching a big class, but it only counted as one class for me, and then I was teaching the a graduate class that I really enjoy teaching, but it's just very time consuming because I give the students a lot of feedback on writing, so there's just a lot of reading drafts and giving feedback. So I was teaching two really time consuming classes, and then also we have academic program review coming up this year. So our major we don't have like a national accrediting body, so there's an internal review process that has to happen every 7 years, and it involves, writing up a really big report. And because I have an administrative position, I'm involved with doing the academic program review, and this was my first time doing it as well, so it's a lot of new stuff, and we're not quite done. You'll see that actually is coming up on my to-do list for this week because I have to read a draft and give feedback to my chair. So that was also a pretty time-consuming process. And then on top of this was when I ended up dropping the ball on. But I've been wanting to revamp the curriculum for our grad students, and I was all like, oh, I'm gonna do that this semester. And I formed a committee and met with them once, and we sent some emails, and then I was like, you know what? This is happening in the spring. I do not have time to revamp the grad curriculum this semester. So that got backburnered a bit, which was probably good. But anyway, it was a very busy semester at my day job. And then on top of that, it was a very busy last few months for Fern Creek stickers. So Fern Creek just has continued to just grow and grow and grow. And I mean, it's amazing. And it's like something that I'm so happy about because it's amazing to be able to put so much work into something and to be able to see people respond well to what you're putting out in the world. And so it's been really satisfying to have Fern Creek grow so much. But it also means that it has been incredibly busy. And it's, I had a lot of help, and I hired more people this semester, so I did have a lot of help, but still we have a lot of limitations just given our space for like how many people I could actually have working, so I couldn't really hire as many people as I actually really needed to be able to take over the work while I was gone. And also too, there's just stuff that I have to do. No matter how much I was trying to delegate, there's still stuff at the end of the day, like I'm the person that has to do it. And so I was essentially working, my full-time job was like more than 40 hours a week this semester, and then I was working on average probably about 40 hours a week doing Fern Creek. So things were incredibly busy, and so things like making YouTube videos went by the wayside. But if you haven't seen, I am going to be scaling back Fern Creek in the new year, and that's for a few reasons. And I mean, the biggest one, I knew, given how hard I was working this past semester on Fern Creek, I really knew that I had to make a decision. I couldn't keep going long term with both having my full-time job and running Fern Creek, so I knew I'd had to make a decision. And my husband and I kind of talked about, like, I needed to decide by the end of this school year, or really, if I was going to resign from my job, I'd need to tell them in early April. So I thought that I had kind of until early April to make a decision about what I wanted to do. But then I found out that I have gotten too big. Our city has a lot of regulations about home-based businesses, and I've gotten too big to continue to operate as a home-based business. And I'd actually been operating kind of illegally, I was in violation of the regulations for home-based businesses. So I had to make a choice about either scaling back Fern Creek so I could keep it home-based, or moving to office space. And I did go and look at some office space. So there's a couple things with that. That first of all, living in a relatively small town, there were not a lot of options, and most of the space that was available was like storefront retail space, which I could have made work, but you're paying a premium. Like, they were all in good locations, so you're paying a price premium for a good location. And a lot of the spaces too that were retail, like former retail spaces, they would need to be built out. There was one space that was an old yoga studio that was just like a big empty room that would have been fine, but other than that, they were going to need work before they would work for me, because, you know, it's things like an old hair salon where there's still, where they just ripped off the sinks and have the plumbing sticking out of the floor. So they would have needed some work before I could have moved into a space like that. And again, I would have been paying more than I really should have. So I did find there's one like industrial park that had spaces available, and it would have been okay. The price was right, but the space was not ideal, because having climate controlled space is really important for stickers, because especially here, the humidity really affects things. In the summer, like even just like here in our condo, in the summer, the humidity really affects things, and the sticker paper curls, and it causes all kinds of problems that we have to deal with. So it's definitely important. And so the space was like half office space, half warehouse space. The office space was plenty big, so even if I didn't have a lot of use for the warehouse space, I could have dealt with it. But even the office space, there was like a garage door that rolled up into the office space that wasn't totally weather tight around it. And so there wasn't any perfect space for Fern Creek, and also places wanted you to sign a 3-year lease, which was, if I was going to do Fern Creek full time, I would anticipate growing out of one of these spaces in 3 years. So there were all kinds of, you know, there wasn't any perfect space. But the bigger issue was, I realized that this came down to making a choice about quitting my full-time job to do Fern Creek full-time, or keeping my full-time job, because it's not realistic. Right now I do most of my work for Fern Creek on the evenings and weekends, so it's just not realistic for me to have it outside the home if I still have my full-time job, because otherwise I'll come home from work and then, you know, like have dinner with Brian and be like, all right, I'm going to the office, and that's not how I want to live my life. So it was a lot of prayer and talking to people and thinking things over, but I decided in the end, I love doing Fern Creek, and there would be a lot of things that'd be really fun about doing it full time, but that's not really, it doesn't really fit with what my husband and I, what we see for our life going forward, and that there are so many really good things about my full-time job. I mean, I get paid pretty well for a job where I really work like 8 months out of the year. Yeah, officially I have a 9-month contract, but with other breaks and stuff added in there, I get a ton of time off, and I get paid pretty well for that. And except for when I have a pretty busy semester like this last one, most of the time I can get away with working, you know, just, oh shoot, I'll tell you when we get to these days, but I do not need other dividers on there. I just need one big to-do list. But yeah, a job where, like, yeah, a lot of the times I can get away with working, you know, a little bit shy of 40 hours a week, and it has amazing flexibility, and there's just a lot of things that my full-time job has that you don't get working for yourself. I also have amazing stability, like being a tenured college professor. I really am not worried about job stability, and so there's just, and as an entrepreneur, that's something you're constantly dealing with. So for a lot of reasons, I decided that keeping my full-time job was the right decision for me. And so as a result, I decided to scale back Fern Creek so I can keep it in my home. I thought about closing it altogether, but I realized I really want to keep it going because it's something I really enjoy, but I'm scaling it back quite a bit. I'm keeping one of my employees, Danielle, who has been with me for the longest. She's been working for me. It's been a little bit on and off because of COVID, and also she had some out-of-state internships, but she's been working for me for almost 2 years at this point. So she really knows what's going on, and I'm scaling things back so that I'll still be doing some stuff, but Danielle will really be able to handle the bulk of the day-to-day things, which will help quite a bit. So that's kind of what's going on with Fern Creek, and that's also why I'm going to be able to be back to YouTube soon, because I will have a lot more free time. Also, as you'll see here, we're going to be moving very soon, and one of the struggles with in addition to I just really have not had time to do YouTube, but also I haven't had the space because Fern Creek kind of took over my home office, and then I kind of took over my husband's desk at home, and the lighting, like having employees in my house, like there was never time when there was good light that I could film when people weren't here, so that also goes into it. So now I'm going to go back through and fill in my day by day. So this week I am still on winter break. This is the last full week. Classes start next Wednesday, but I don't actually teach for a few weeks. It's kind of a weird thing. So this week I am mostly focused on Fern Creek and also, as you will see, on moving, and I'll talk about that a little bit more, but I still have some work stuff I need to do. I've got to respond to emails. I'm doing a directed study with a student this semester, and I need to follow up with her on a few details. And then I need to send out an email to get people to evaluate their research assistants from last semester. So that's the work stuff I need to do, so that shouldn't take too long. Then for Fern Creek, I also need to do some emails. I am filming 4 videos today. So again, I'm getting back into this YouTube thing. I am really excited about that. So this is one of 4 videos that will be coming soon. And then I have to fill orders. So the next few days, it's just me. Danielle is out of town, so she'll be back at the end of the week. So I need to fill orders. I need to work on getting some things stocked. And I will edit and upload this video. And then for home to-dos, I need to get the gas turned on at our new house. So I guess I should back up and say we're moving. We just got our occupancy permit this past week, so we're doing like part 1 of the move this coming weekend. My in-laws will come, and then 2 weekends from now we'll do the big final move. So we're working on, we can't move right away because we realize there's all kinds of stuff like, you know, we need to get all the utilities in our names, and we need to get garbage service, and we need like shades in the bedrooms, and you know, stuff like that. So I've got a lot of home to-dos that are like getting ready to move in. So today I'm going to call and get the gas service set up. I also need to, one of the tires in my car has a leak, so I need to work on that. I need to order like some shower curtains and stuff like that for the bathrooms, especially because we'll probably have, our bathroom has glass shower door, so we don't have to worry about that. But we'll probably have people actually staying in our new house when they come to help us move, so we need to have the bathrooms ready for guests. And then I ordered some, you know, we want things to like line all of our cabinets and drawers, and I'd ordered some, but I need to look at the sizes and get I ordered some to look at them, but I need to order the final ones we're going to use, because that's something my mother-in-law has volunteered to do all of that, which is great because that's not something I super am looking forward to doing. Then for Instagram, I already posted the January shop calendar today, and for dinner tonight we will have enchilada casserole. And this week too, I really don't have anything planned the whole week. So this part of my planner is going to be kind of empty. And then I'm going to go, last week was super nice. We went hiking in shorts and it was amazing. But this week it is getting a little bit chillier. So because I can, I'm going to wait until the afternoon to run when it is a little bit warmer. So that is today. Oh, the other thing too, I realized I didn't pre-print these with my habits. And let's see, I wrote down here, how many habits? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I've got 6 habits I want to track for January. So I'm going to cut down this checklist. I have a stencil that I usually use, but I cannot find it. It is lost somewhere, so I'm sure it'll show up. Okay, so I will just put this checklist here. And you've also seen in the past I've pre-printed these with habits, but I didn't get around to that. And I'll go back and write in all the habits at the end because it'll be kind of boring to see me rewrite those every day. So I will spare you that. All right, so that is today's plan. Then for tomorrow, it's gonna look pretty similar for Fern Creek. Fill orders, stock things. I need to work on the mystery kits for the mystery kit vault sale. So that's gonna be, trying to get as many of those made this week as I can will be a priority. I've got a couple new printers that I wanna get set up. I need to get the washi tape designs for April finalized and sent off. I'm doing that a little late, but I hopefully will still get them in time. Yeah, I wish that I hadn't put that off, but that's what happened. So that's what I'll do for Fern Creek tomorrow, and then for work, just checking my emails again, and then I need to email a collaborator to update him on a project. And then for home to-dos, I need to get our internet set up at our new house, or at least get it scheduled to get that set up. I need to schedule a haircut and make a grocery list. And we will have more enchilada casserole for dinner. And then for my workout, I'll do weights, and I'll go ahead and do that first thing since that is not an outdoor activity and the cold weather won't bother me so much. And then I'll be posting my daily duo on Instagram, and then also I'll have this plan with me. We'll go live on YouTube. And then, let's see again, okay, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, I'll go back and write my habits in at the end. Okay, so is that everything for Tuesday? Yes, it looks like it is. Then on Wednesday, let's see, the January monthly plan with me is the next video to film, and I stuck these sheets in here, but now they're flying out. I shouldn't have done that, but then I just stuck them back in, so shows how much I care about that. Okay, I'll go ahead and get this checklist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, we are pretty excited to be moving because our current place it has been way too small for a long time, and also this house has been quite a process. We're going to be moving in almost 4 years. It'll be just over 4 years since we bought the property that we're moving in. So it has been a long journey. So on Wednesday, there'll be more work emails, and I need to email the grad students some reminders about the start of semester. And then I'll post my memory spread on Instagram. I'm being super gung-ho about Instagram this week. That probably won't happen every week, but again, I do want to, now that I'm going to have more time, I have a lot of ideas for things I want to post on Instagram, so I need to, I want to get back into that more regularly. Then I need to set up garbage service for our new house. This one is a little bit of a mystery. Looking online, it is not clear what I need to do, so I'm actually going to call one of our new neighbors and be like, who recently moved in themselves, and I'll be like, what did you do? And I also will need to go to the grocery store. We usually go on the weekends, but we're messed up with having traveling and stuff. Our schedule for grocery shopping is totally off, and that's usually something my husband does too. So, but I'll do it this week, and then I will get my Thursday video. I'm filming it today, but I will get that edited and uploaded on Wednesday. Fill orders, this will all look familiar. Stock. Mystery kits. And then freebie design. There's a sale coming up this weekend, and I will be, I need to design freebies for that. And then I will run again on Wednesday. Again, I will put that in the afternoon because it will be much warmer. And I also will have book club. We've been reading the Shades of Magic trilogy by V.E. Schwab. She's the same person who wrote The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, which our book club also read, and we loved that, so we decided we wanted to read more books by her. And so we're on the second book of the trilogy right now, and we have really been enjoying it. So highly recommend. Oh, and I do have a book club script. I don't need to write that in. So that should be my day on Wednesday. Oh yeah, and then I don't know what we'll have for dinner on Wednesday night because that will be involved in the grocery shopping on Wednesday, but I'll go ahead and put the knife and fork there and I can fill it in once it's time. Then Thursday, I'll have my planner setup video with the Daily Duo. Even though I've been using this planner for the last 6 months, it's been the other volume of the planner, so I've got setup that I need to do in this volume for the next 6 months. And then I'll also be posting details about the sale that'll be happening Friday through Sunday. Then Thursday, Danielle will be back, so I'll be doing some more work stuff because she'll be able to work on filling orders and stuff. So this will be a little bit less, but still working on the mystery kits and stocking stuff and sale graphics. Then for work, yeah, so this is where I'll need to actually start. I need to work on my syllabus for the spring, and I was talking about the academic program review earlier, and this is, I need to look over the draft and give my chair some feedback. And then I need to find towel bars that we like for our bathrooms because that's still a big thing that needs to get installed. And a spot for my habits. And then for my workout, I will be doing weights. So that again, I'll go ahead and do in the morning. And I'll go ahead and put my fork and knife in for dinner, and I will fill that in once I decide what we are having. Then Friday, I'll be posting the code for the sale once it goes live, and I will be continuing to work on mystery kits. And I guess that's really the only thing that I'll need to do for Fern Creek that day. And then for work, I'll need to keep working on the syllabus, and I need to email people about getting research assistants for the spring semester. So I need to email my colleagues about that. And I don't have anything on my home list, but I'm sure things will come up because my in-laws will be coming this weekend to help us with moving part 1. So this first weekend we'll be doing non-essential stuff. We have, so things here that we don't need right away, and then also we have 2 storage units. One is actually a Fern Creek storage unit. I paid for that with Fern Creek, and I don't think I've ever showed it, but it started when I ordered custom mailers, and I had to order 5,000 custom mailers, and it was like a pallet load, and I said, okay, I need a storage unit now. And then I got like thousands of sticker books, and I needed a storage unit, and it has gotten surprisingly full. But we've got room in our basement in our new house for all of that. And then also, when we got married, we had a lot of stuff. We knew that we weren't going to live here forever, and there was stuff like, we both had couches, and we knew we'd want all the couches in the new house. So we do have a storage unit where we've been keeping stuff like that as well. So hopefully this weekend we can get the storage units cleared out and start moving other non-essential stuff over. So I'm sure I will have things to add to that, but not here yet. Okay, put my habits there. Oh yeah, and then my workout. So I'll go running, so I'll put that in the afternoon again. And yeah, so then Saturday and Sunday will be, these are going to be moving days. So I'm going to keep the to-do list open because I don't have any specific things, but I'm sure throughout the week I will come up with things that I will need to do and be aware of. With moving, I don't know that my habits will happen these days, but I'm going to put them down. I should be able to do some of them, but I will put them down there anyway. And working out also may not happen, but I will put it down and we will see. It partly depends on when my in-laws get here. They said maybe they'd come on Friday night. They have a motor home, so they'll come in their motor home, so we don't have to have things ready for them this weekend. And they asked us to get a plug at our new house for their motor home specifically so they can come and stay, and we can have more guests that way because they can stay in their motor home in our driveway. So we do have a electrical outlet for a motor home at our new house. And put in the silverware for a TBD meal, and I guess I forgot to put the silverware in on Friday. And then Sunday, same thing, we will be moving. Oh, forgot my Instagram. So I made a swatch book of all my washi tapes designs, and I'm going to post a flip of that. And then on Sunday, I'm going to post Can't Spell, Moxie Life, and I'll put online church here. Again, I don't know that we will actually be zooming in this weekend, depending on what is happening with the move, but I will put it there and put our dinner there, which we always have the same thing on Sunday nights, and Brian makes it, so Mexican taters. And again, I'll put my habits in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and see what I'm able to get done with my habits this weekend when we're moving. Oh, and then the one thing I do have, I have to call Lowe's. We're getting a washer and dryer delivered on a week from today, and I'll need to call Lowe's to confirm something about that. So yeah, I think that is my week. Thank you so much for watching, and I know that there's a lot of new people here since I posted my last video, so thank you for being here, even though I've been very absent from YouTube, and I'm looking forward to being back more regularly, so make sure you subscribe so that you can get all of my new videos, and I will see you all around again soon.